Hey guys, SuperHorrorBro Mike here, and in today's video we take a look at Half Life Alyx and the secrets and Easter eggs found within. If you are interested in a deep dive into the story of the game, then check out my previous video where we do just that. However, for now, sit back, relax, and let's get started as we dig into this exciting new VR title and see what its developer Valve has hidden within. At the very beginning of the game, as Alyx looks out over a Combine-infested City 17 from her surveillance post on this balcony, we can discover a host of interesting secrets and Easter eggs. The first of these can be seen when picking up this book and examining it a little more closely. The book is titled From Here to There in Under a Second, and is all about teleportation and the theory behind it. The author is Dr. Isaac Kleiner. This scientist featured predominantly during the story of Half-Life 2, as well as making a brief appearance during the original game. He was a good friend of Alyx's father, Eli Vance, and his work was based, as the book suggests, around teleportation. He even helps Gordon and Alyx teleport from place to place during Half-Life 2, with some mixed results.
He didn't come through.
Then where is he?
Behind you. Shut it down, shut it down!
Gordon, you must get out of here!
During Half-Life 2's campaign, there was a supremely creepy secret to be found while exploring City 17. This old television set could be located in a burned out apartment block, and featured the mysterious G-Man standing aboard a boat at sea as hauntingly bizarre music emitted from its speaker. A throwback to this chilling audio can be discovered on the balcony radio at the beginning of Half-Life Alyx. Just mess around with the dial and tune all the way to the right and be prepared to be creeped out once again. After entering the apartment to receive Eli's incoming transmission, turn to the window and you'll notice a set of magic markers. These pens aren't just window dressing. Picking one up allows us to draw whatever our hearts desire on the glass above. You can even sketch on the TV set. And what's more, after the player runs out of space to create their art, a simple use of this eraser will clear the proverbial slate once again, just as it would in real life. The magic of VR, eh? In the next room within this hideout we find a whole bunch of Easter eggs. The first is this globe, which reveals the fate of America after the Combine invaded Earth and took it over during the 7-hour war. The Combine are an intergalactic army made up from species from across the multiverse. They move from planet to planet, enslaving its inhabitants and draining their resources. Their latest target is Earth, and this globe shows the fate of several countries, including America, which seems to have been wiped out completely at this point. No wonder the surviving members of Black Mesa chose to relocate to Eastern Europe. Dog is Alyx's hulking mechanical pet from Half-Life 2. He helps Gordon and Alyx at many points during their journey, saving their lives on more than one occasion. Alyx talks about how she has built Dog up over the years. He started life as a small bunch of scrap metal and grew into this gigantic beast.
Gordon, this is Dog. My dad built him to protect me when I was a kid. First model was about yay high. I've been adding to him ever since.
In this hideout we uncover a photograph of Dog during his first iteration. This is likely how he began life when Eli first came up with the idea of building his daughter a robotic dog. Alongside this photograph we also find a clipboard showing some concept art Alyx has been working on. These concepts hint toward the final design Dog would take 5 years later when Gordon Freeman finally encountered him during Half-Life 2. Also within this room are 2 whiteboards with some interesting information. The first is found beside the window and documents the Combine soldier schedules for the site Pylon 7B. Now Pylon 7B is a Combine storage yard containing a shipment of mini reactors, one of which Eli and his resistance team are planning to steal.
How's it going in the stockyard?
1 Combine mini reactor from a shipment of 4,000. They're never gonna miss it.
This whiteboard documents their current heist in detail. The second whiteboard shows the building of a Combine Citadel. This sky-high structure is the headquarters for Combine activity and development within this city, and a place Alyx would finally visit and help destroy at the end of Half-Life 2. It's pretty neat seeing the progress of its design documented here. Below this whiteboard is a strange little bug in a jar. This is a Snark, an alien species first sighted within Xen during the story of Half-Life 1. Xen is an overworld, a collection of asteroid-like planets found within a void state within the multiverse. As a result of a resonance cascade that occurred at Black Mesa, many of Xen's life forms found their way onto our planet, including the Snark it seems. We can even feed this cute little alien if we pick up the jar labelled "Not Coffee" and give it a shake. On the ground floor of the hideout building after Alyx has spoken with fellow Resistance member Olga, we can find a poster for a missing cat named Beatrice. Alyx has left a snarky message telling the owner to worry more about all the missing people abducted by the Combine invaders. Shortly after, while climbing the stairs of a nearby apartment block, we encounter an angry looking woman with a house full of cats. This crazy cat lady may well be the owner of Beatrice. However, what's more interesting here is a conversation we recall from Half-Life 2, when Dr. Kleiner prepared to send Gordon and Alyx to Black Mesa East via his teleportation device.
We'll inaugurate the new teleport with a double transmission.
You mean it's working? For real this time? Because I still have nightmares about that cat.
No, there's nothing to be nervous about.
Cat?
We've made major strides since then. Major strides.
What cat?
It sounds like Kleiner had many failed attempts while perfecting this machine, and at least one of these was conducted using a cat as a test subject, so I guess that solves the mystery of Beatrice's disappearance. Dr. Wallace Breen was originally the administrator of the Black Mesa Research Facility, and years later would betray mankind when he sided with the Combine and attempted to unite the 2 nations. He negotiated a peace agreement during the 7-hour war that ultimately saved human lives but resulted in a planet under total control of the Intergalactic Army. While Breen plays a big role in the story of Half-Life 2, he is almost completely absent during Half-Life Alyx, save for a few choice moments. In Russell's workshop we find this magazine where Breen features on the cover. And throughout the game, a newspaper detailing his negotiations during the 7-hour war can be found, the first instance within the playground near the beginning. Russell's workshop is home to a host of secrets and Easter eggs in itself. He has designed a pair of gravity gloves dubbed the Russells, and we can see on this whiteboard Russell has started to brainstorm what exactly this name stands for. However, if we log onto his computer, we can also see all the work Russell has put into the gravity gloves themselves, as there are many files full of C+ code contained within its desktop. Also note, the recycle bin is renamed the Incinerator, a Portal-themed throwback for sure. Another monitor within this workshop displays a very old school style Windows screensaver. Any 90s kids are sure to remember this one. There is another monitor that seems to feature a Black Mesa logo as the screensaver too. We know Russell tried to get a job working for Black Mesa, but was rejected and told to come back a year later.
You guys work together at Black Mesa, right?
Yeah. Well, no. Tricky place to get a job at, actually. I interviewed at Black Mesa. They said try again in a year. I don't need to tell you what happened after that. Lucky break for me, really.
If we head over to this fridge and open it up, we find a shrink-wrapped head crab labelled "Do Not Eat." Is Russell looking to dissect this hideous creature for research, or just being greedy and hoping to have this head crab all to himself? Also in the room, we can find a garden gnome themed bottle opener. Long-term fans will get this reference. This gnome is known as Chomsky, a name first coined from his appearance in Left 4 Dead. He showed up during Half-Life 2 Episode 2 and could be carried all the way through the game and then placed inside a rocket and sent into outer space by the episode's end. He returns here as both this bottle opener and also as a larger scale version within Russell's backyard. While on the subject of little statues, we also find this Team Fortress 2 scout on the desk within the laboratory. If we place this scout figurine on the hologram when Russell prompts us to locate an object that represents us, then a Steam achievement will unlock. The final Easter egg within Russell's lab is found on this sticky note. It is a computer password spelled LAZL0, or Laszlo. During Half-Life 2, Laszlo was a character taken down by an attacking ant lion.
Poor Laszlo! The finest mind of his generation! To come to such an end.
As Laszlo was proclaimed one of the finest scientific minds and seemingly a key resistance member in the early days of their uprising against the Combine, it makes sense for Russell to then use a variation of his name for security purposes. Although hard to miss, the Vortigaunt Mural displays many Easter eggs as it details the story of the original Half-Life game and the lead into its sequel, documenting the fate of the Vortigaunts at the hands of their alien overlord, the Nihilanth, an all-powerful alien being found within Zen. Gordon Freeman, the man at the centre of this mural, defeated the Nihilanth and freed the Zen slaves. Some of you may not be old enough to remember floppy disks, and others may have fond memories of receiving these little flat squares on the front of their PC magazines, packed full of random freeware. Alyx certainly has no concept of a floppy disk, and if we interact with this one, Russell is only too happy to explain all about them.
That there is a floppy disk. We used to store information on them, with magnets if you can believe it. Specifically, 2 micrometers magnetic iron oxide, 3 micrometers barium ferrite, 1.2...
Russell? How do you know all this?
I'm reading it here on my computer. I downloaded the internet before the war.
You downloaded the entire internet?
Most of it.
Nice.
Yeah, it is.
During our first fight at the train station against the Combine soldiers, it is possible to spot this interesting graffiti. It of course displays everybody's favourite gun turrets from Portal.
I don't hate you.
So fingers crossed for that Portal VR game in the future. During Chapter 5, we explore a hotel infested with Zen plant life, and if we make our way to the upper levels, we discover a shower with a familiar sight growing within. These cute little tentacles will surely look familiar to long-term Half-Life fans. They appear to be miniature versions of the gigantic tentacle creatures found within the blast pit at Black Mesa. It's safe to say this hotel will be a far more dangerous place in the years to come as these tentacles reach adulthood. Most of the time, radio chatter from the Combine soldiers searching for Alyx is pretty blunt and aggressive. However, on rare occasions we see certain soldiers taking a different approach.
Russ, are they saying my name?
Yeah, that's not good.
It's almost creepier hearing such a warm and welcoming tone coming from these soldiers, especially as we know what they intend to do to Alyx if she is apprehended. While exploring the dilapidated grounds of this zoo in Chapter 8, Alyx comes across a set of tiger masks hanging from these barnacles. If we shoot the barnacle and retrieve said mask, Alyx can hold it up to her face and walk around wearing it. However, it does obscure the player's view a fair bit, so good luck with that. A little later during the same chapter, we come across a storeroom, and within it a package which may look familiar to some viewers. This is of course one of the Bridges delivery crates from Hideo Kojima's bizarre sci-fi adventure game, Death Stranding. In this game, we assume the role of a delivery man helping rebuild America by carrying important goods from facility to facility, reconnecting society in the process. Death Stranding is currently a PlayStation 4 exclusive, but is coming to PC this summer, and plans a crossover with Half-Life developer Valve to include a headcrab themed hat. The headcrab, of course, an enemy from the Half-Life series. So it certainly makes sense to see Half Life Alyx also reference Death Stranding via this Bridges cargo. And that's it for a look at the Easter eggs and secrets found within Half Life Alyx. Although it's early days and there's sure to be more discovered down the line, so let me know of any others you've heard about in the comments section below, and remember to leave a like on this video if you did enjoy it, and of course subscribe for more horror related content. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.